Is time travel real? Many videos on the internet can be found about it, especially on YouTube. Today we're going to look at a case about a kid named Noah the Time Traveler. This story was brought to my attention by one of the websites I visit sporadically. It had this story about a time traveler named Noah who passed a lie detector test, made it sound like this was a legit time traveler from the year 2030. And Noah the Time Traveler supposedly had pictures and video and documents from the future. So it wasn't until I got to the very end of the story that I found out the, I guess you'd call it a twist ending. Yeah, so let me read the story real quick before I talk too much about it. Okay, and the story starts out, man claiming to be time traveler actually got predictions for 2019 correct. So as you can imagine, that sparked my intrigue. Alright, so it starts out, Noah the Time Traveler. Noah the Time Traveler surfaced on YouTube in late 2018, bringing with him a claim that he was a time traveler. Interviewed by supernatural YouTube channel ApexTV, Noah claimed that he had proof that he was from the year 2030, and he had come back and he supplied remnants from the future, such as a crumbled piece of paper that he claimed to be a library page from the year 2030. He had a number of fascinating yet warring predictions about the future of the world to share with humankind. The library pages. It's interesting to note that according to Noah, we will still be using books in 2030, something that seems highly unlikely at the rate we're going through trees, as well as all the technological alternatives. So then it starts giving Noah's predictions. So let's go here. Noah the Time Traveler talks about a climate crisis ahead. The story says, Noah warns that global warming will continue to worsen in the coming years, calling it a huge crisis which will set off massive wildfires, as well as cause the sea levels to rise to a point where entire U.S. cities will be submerged underwater. We all already know that global warming is a threat, so these predictions don't actually sound completely off the mark. Noah warns that the world should stop its carbon emissions to attempt to save the world from the climate disaster. And it goes on, and these are some of the predictions he made. The aliens are coming. That's right, the alien invasion is upon us. According to Noah, it's in its early stages. Noah claimed that in January 2019, the number of UFO sightings would increase, signaling a new era in intergalactic relations. And then he says this begins what will become a couple decades in which gradually all discover the aliens are real. And then about the aliens, he says they come in peace. According to Noah, the extraterrestrial creatures are hard to describe, which is convenient, having what he calls bald skin and being slender-like and humanoid, but not at the same time, whatever that means. But don't worry, these aliens come in peace. Noah says that their arrival on Earth will be a positive development, ushering in an era of harmony for the world. Alright, and then he talks about their planet, says it's a very confusing planet. Noah tells us the planet called Lewis 33, named after the person who will discover it, but it will be more commonly known as 369, which is its scientific name. According to Noah, this planet is very confusing, and that its atmosphere is full of nitrogen, which the aliens who hail from have become immune to. The nitrogen levels would be fatal to any humans who attempted to visit. The alien arrival is actually good news for humans. It will make the majority of humans on Earth unify as one race, causing the breakdown of geopolitics as we know it, basically form a mega country. He says once all humans identify as Earth residents, it's only a matter of time until the whole concept of countries goes out the window. Within the next decade, all the countries in the world will morph into one mega country. Alright, and these are just some of the predictions he made, you guys. Noah goes on and says, Noah says that the leader of the world will not be human. Rather, everything will be controlled by artificial intelligence. Okay, and it says Noah goes on to predict a future president. One of Noah's more unusual and specific predictions was his claim about the future president of the United States. He claims that in November 2028, Yolanda Renee King, the granddaughter of Martin Luther King Jr., will be elected president, all at the ripe age of 20 years old. And of course it goes on to say current laws require that a person must be at least 35 to be president, but Noah says the laws will have changed in the future. Moving on. Noah claims in the future we'll all be connected to computers and we'll have a chip implanted in us called the One, and it will increase brain power once installed in the human brain. Noah claimed to have a chip installed in his wrist. And then this Noah the Time Traveler says he's been hunted by the government. He says he was an employee of a government project, and he was fired, and thus he got stuck in the present, no way getting back. He says in 2028, time travel will be common knowledge, lest you think that Noah is not the real deal. He has brought back a number of relics from the future to prove his legitimacy, In one video, he presents a black amorphous blob that he claims is made up of millions of nano robots. And then he also took a lie detector test in order to prove to the world that he was legitimate, but they didn't tell you in the story. I found out later that it wasn't a legit, lie detector test. It was basically like a phone app that you could do. It has no legitimacy at all to it, so that's a shame. All right, and the more I was reading over this, I was hopeful at first, and I started getting mad by the end of it, and I'll let you guys know why. This Noah time traveler claims that by June 2019, we'll all have chips that would enable handicapped or otherwise paralyzed people to walk again, while many technological advances indeed will be made for the handicapped community. And he says he predicts the arrival of robotic eyes, which would enable the blind to fully regain their eyesight. Unsurprisingly, June 29 is come and gone, and we have yet to hear about either of these inventions. Maybe he meant June 30, 19. Okay, and it goes on and says Noah predicts extreme snowstorms, bad weather. He says by February 2019, multiple U.S. cities would be wiped out. Yet February 2019 is come and gone, and there's been no cities completely wiped out by any storms. So this story went viral and a lot of people believed it. So I'm going to read it all to you. Noah also predicted we would journey to Mars. He said humans will succeed in skipping town to Mars and making it habitable. Okay, and then his story went viral like I just mentioned. Noah's predictions were covered by numerous news channels, radio shows, and social media figures. A surprising number of people heard about his predictions, and many even took him seriously. His series of videos, each one with a new set of revelations or pieces of evidence from the future, were published on the ApexTV YouTube channel. He was even featured in a Japanese newspaper, which is featured in one of his videos. Could Noah the time traveler actually be legit? And then we soon find out that, surprise, no, he's not legit. It was all a hoax. The answer, unsurprisingly to many, is no. In late July 2019, Noah finally released a video revealing that the entire thing had been a hoax. Can't say we were surprised. He released a video revealing his face and claiming that his name was actually Dennis Bell and that he was 16 years old. He claimed that ApexTV had wanted him to sign a non-disclosure agreement. I can't do the stupid character anymore, he said. I have to get rid of this looming feeling that's above me that keeps me scared of being exposed. Who is the real Noah? What then developed was perhaps even stranger than the content of Noah's predictions. The video was deleted, and then ApexTV posted another video of a completely different person, claiming that it was actually he who was the real Noah. Okay, and this guy confessed, saying he made it all up. So I think that, to me, looks like ApexTV's trying to save themselves by having their own actor or fake guy come out and claim it. He's the real. Okay, so we'll keep going. This new guy is named Jason, and he's claiming that he made it all up, and he said he was surprised when Apex actually posted one of his videos and it became a viral sensation. I couldn't believe it, he said. Just like that, I was a famous time traveler. After the first video, posing as a time traveler became an unhealthy addiction for him, as the only positive feedback he was getting in life at the time was from being this Noah character. What's more, he claims to have actually started believing his own stories, that the government was after him and he could see the future. And then at the end of the story, it says, we hope he gets help in the present. That leaves one question: how did he pass the lie detector test? He claims that it was a combination of believing he was telling the truth, a medication he was taking to be calmer, and the fact that the lie detector test used by ApexTV wasn't the best. Yeah, you could say that again. He then apologized to anyone who may have been hurt by his lies. Hopefully this time traveler from the future will get the help he needs to fully return to the present. In the meantime, we'll keep an eye out for those UFOs. Okay guys, so this went viral and fooled a lot of people, and I've actually seen one, hopefully there's more, but I saw a video of somebody calling out ApexTV about how they're fake. They have over 1 million subscribers. It's pretty ridiculous. All their videos are fake, and now they're making fake alien videos. So this is definitely the biggest problem in the paranormal community, because people who search out the paranormal, who are trying to investigate the unknown, a real cryptozoologist or anybody legit probably wouldn't just air any random person's video on their channel like ApexTV does. So I'm probably going to make another video follow-up talking about how ApexTV is a joke. Basically, they're a bunch of fakers, and it just makes people like me and everybody else in the community look bad, okay? Anybody who's familiar with my channel will know how much we had to fight and claw to get the little amount of subscribers and the little amount of notoriety we have, okay? Because we're trying to share the truth, legit stuff, and if it's not legit, I'll update it and tell you, okay? I have no problem if I'm wrong admitting it, okay? ApexTV, the fact that they tried to get this guy after he came out, or before, it doesn't matter when, but they tried to get this guy to sign a non-disclosure agreement. That goes to tell you they know it's fake. They know it's all BS. They don't care. They like the 500,000 to 10 million views they get every video. It's pretty disgusting. So all I would tell you guys is demand better. That's all I do. I'm not subscribed to Apex. I never would. You know, yeah, some of their videos are entertaining, but I mean, you could go do the same thing if you set it up with your friend and I mean, I went to school with people who made videos way better than ApexTV. Them morphing in and out of places and, traveling through time, making it look like they're traveling through time, okay? I went to school with people that would put these Apex guys to shame, all right? So that's these guys who are making videos and stuff, who've been trained in making videos. These are the best ones we have out here, I think, to help us debunk all these ApexTV and other fakes out here. So let me know what you think, you guys. Like I said, I'm going to try to come up with another video talking about this fake channel, ApexTV. It's pretty despicable. It's all about the money for them, you can tell, and somehow they have been verified by YouTube. I don't even understand that. That just goes to tell you YouTube doesn't care about the truth either. It's just worried about views too. So hit that like if you agree with me on that. And all I can tell you is don't support people like Apex. They don't care what you guys think or know. It's all a show. And none of it ever lets you know. They're just out here trying to fool people. If they put in the description or somewhere, spoof, parody, hoax, fake, then hey, if you could still get those kind of views with fake videos and everyone knows it, more respect to you. But they won't, and they don't. And it's despicable and it's sickening. This Apex channel should be gone. It shouldn't even be around anymore. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching the video. Much love out there to all the real ones.